Hanna Gerlander.
And I'm Nora Fried.
And you're listening to High Heels and Punchlines.
And now I'm looking at you.
Now we've switched.
God damn
Do you
it,
see
Hanna.
how I started looking at the camera?
No, but you told me to.
I always looked at you.
God damn it.
But I think I've internalized now that you look at the camera. But I'm going to remember to look at you.
Okay.
Because it's about us.
Clear eyes, full hearts.
Can't lose.
Exactly.
You should start saying that to me like before I do anything. Because it seems to like really rev me up.
I will.
Oh, God. I love
Anyways, we have an amazing person sitting next to us.
you probably already know her.
You've
already heard of her.
You've talked to her. Psych, you haven't because she's famous and you can't talk to famous people. Her name is Jessie Lee. Hi, Jessie.
Hi, Jessie.
Hi.
Jessie is
Welcome to the pod.
the most famous person online right now.
She really
like you literally are.
Who was it? Who was the network that commented on yours?
Oh, FX.
FX. That's crazy.
That's insane.
Like you're gonna get casted.
I paid them a small amount of a small loan of $50,000 to do that.
Whatever. When you're
Doesn't
famous,
matter.
I
what's
gotta get my name
50,000?
out there.
the second
Yeah.
I get 50,000, it's going to FX to
Literally.
get that one comment.
It's so. I mean, so Jessie does character impersonations online, and they're fucking hilarious. I always repost them. I'm like, they kill me.
I have shown so many people that video where you're in IKEA trying to see if the furniture
Yes.
works for you.
Yes.
And you were like, let me try it. And you sit down and you like host this fight, like this monologue. And then you're like, yeah, this feels like perfect for our family. That is like the funniest
It's so
thing.
funny.
First of all, thank you so much from
Of
two
course.
very funny, beautiful ladies.
Oh my God,
Very
Jessie.
kind.
You guys did forget to mention that I'm very beautiful. I just want to mention
Oh,
that.
literally. Holy shit. Do we have
We
a
apologize.
smoke show
We
in this
do have a
fucking
smoke
house?
show. We do have a smoke show. but
Hot fire.
You're seeing it.
You see it, and
You
if
see
you
it.
don't, get your ass on YouTube.
Yeah, if you're just listening to this, you're gonna want to watch. You're gonna want to
Jess, you
watch.
look fucking great.
And we both have our feet out. Like they're gonna want to watch.
Yeah, we have like.
Do you guys? Are you on WikiFeet?
We would love to be on WikiFeet one day. That's kind of like the
that
next
a dream?
big
We have
step.
some fans who are
Who like
not
our
here
feet.
for the music, if
And
you
they're
know
probably
what I mean.
horned up right now that you're even talking about it.
I
They're
know.
tuning in. They're like,
I know.
they
And
know I exist.
The hard thing about it is they're pretty. Sometimes we record in there, sitting at the table.
Yeah.
You guys
and
are
that's
vocal.
just chest up. And they're not really like nice on our YouTube channel when they don't get to see the feet.
Yeah, they don't care.
And that's like a bummer. It's like we're
there's a
trying
lot
to
of
make
com-
something here.
You're trying to
And they're like, show us the feet.
You're like, but we actually just want to talk about
Yeah.
like women, and, like women in this city, and
They're like,
shh,
yeah.
shh, shh, shh.
Hey, can you actually get those dogs out, please?
Then I'll listen.
They do comment.
By the way, I want to say sorry for all the comments on the videos.
no,
I've
it's
been-
like,
You're like, it's
no.
me.
They constantly are like, old setup was better because old setup. we had
That
our
was
feet
me on
up.
my burner accounts, and I'm glad you guys went back. I'm glad it worked.
We're
just
reading,
like-
we're hearing what you're saying.
But for the feet people, actually, we are working actively on the link that we are going to send to you that I've commented a couple times on our YouTube, and just prepare yourselves for that link.
And truly, if I promise to stay here for
way.
5 minutes after this recording, we can do it and be done. And have
I thought
it
you were going
ready.
to stay more than 5 minutes. We're
No,
watching a
we
game.
can, but I'm saying like that's how long it'll take.
Exactly.
Like if I just stayed at Nora's for just 5 minutes after the recording,
Done.
the link will be prepared.
While
and we
you're
can send it
watching
out.
this, you're probably on another tab. You have that link.
Yeah, you can have both.
I know
up.
I do.
Oh yeah,
What?
Jesse, you're gonna want this link.
Said that.
It is fucking nuts.
Now
Who
we have
said
some Sex and City questions for you.
Yep.
Before we get into the episode, did you grow up watching, or you are like a first time watcher right now, or you only watch this episode?
if you only watch this episode, we're gonna have a huge problem.
No, it
this
was
is like
not
the
just
most
this episode.
problematic
That would be-
episode. That would be. I'd be like, this is not.
You would need
representation.
so much context. To
Imagine
just
that was
watch
my
this
introduction
episode.
to this. I'd be like,
I
so
know.
you guys are actually fucked up for making me watch
Because this
that?
episode is nuts. This episode's
it's like,
crazy.
It's like the most offensive episode.
I was like actually laughing while.
But you know what's crazy? It's like the most offensive, but like at this time, they were probably like, we're so brave.
No,
Yeah.
they were like,
for putting this out
and guess
there.
what? We're saying something important.
And,
Yeah.
and
I'm like,
now we're like,
You
oh
guys
my
are saying that
God.
gay people aren't real.
like literally.
I'm
No,
like, and that's
literally,
important.
they're like trying to
What
get
did
rid
you
of
say?
bisexuals.
I think bisexual is just one stop to Gay Town.
They're on the bridge. They're just
They're on the
crossing over the bridge to
Gay
Gay
Town.
Town.
Crossing over the bridge.
And when Miranda called them greedy, she was like, they're greedy. Pick a lane. And Charlotte was like, I love, what did she say? I love
Labels.
Label.
Love labels, she said.
She was like, pick your label and stay there.
She said, straight or gay, choose it.
That's your only option.
that's the whole episode. I was like,
And then she's like, she's a drag king.
no,
Wait.
literally. Wait, okay.
Sorry, wait. We will get into the episode.
We were
then-
getting so excited.
Tell us when you've watched the show.
Okay, so my memories of Sex and the City are, of course, my mom watching it, and I would kind of like sneak a sneak peek, and I'd be like, oh my god, this is very raunchy. Kind of go back up to my room, and I really did not watch it for the first time until like a year ago.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you think
You're
when you
so
were watching
lucky.
it?
I wish.
Did you
a year
still
ago
like
was the first
love
time.
it? Because like people, I feel like I'm not sure how the current generation of people watching it for the first time are taking it.
Yeah.
But like people who grew up with it, it's like we know they were problematic a little bit, but like we love these women. Like, did you love them, or was it kind of like just another TV show?
Oh no, I loved it. Because
You
I was
loved
like,
it.
this. It's funny. It's like
You
poignant.
appreciate it.
I appreciated it. Carrie pisses me the hell off
Yeah.
every single time.
Even in this episode, like
This
she's
is-
like, "How about me?"
Yeah.
no, literally, she's like,
Miranda's like dying for a minute alone, and Carrie's like, I hate bisexuals, stay here.
literally, Carrie always pisses me off. So yeah, I watched it. I like remember watching this episode a couple months ago and being like, what the hell? And then I think I tried to block it out of my memory.
Yeah.
And we were
Then
like,
Because
watch it again.
You were
Yes.
like, "No,
and then
we're
you
bringing
gun to
it
my head,
straight
you said
back."
you actually have to do this a second time. And I was like, no, of course, yes, of course, my beautiful
I'm
women.
happy to.
I'll do whatever you say.
Wait, Jessie, I just realized this is so putting you on the spot. Could you do impressions of each girl?
This is like so putting
This
her on
is
the
This is
spot.
so putting
just
me
like
on the
just
spot.
one sentence. Can you just give us one sentence? I would kill for your impression. Or do you want to think about it for the entire episode and let us know in the end? Or you can be like, Nora,
I could do
this is-
really shitty ones now. Like they're not going to be good.
Okay.
And I'm just
curious.
If it makes
I'm-
you feel better, I don't believe we could.
I couldn't.
We
I think I'm
couldn't.
going to try to give like the essence of every character.
Okay.
Okay, so Carrie's going to be like, big.
Perfect.
Perfect.
That's
so that's
spot
going
on.
to be
10
her.
out of 10.
I think Samantha's going to be like, yes.
She's like, honey.
She's like, that's what I said when he put it in my butt.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, I love. She does this thing with her face where she just like smiles and she goes,
Yeah.
all
and
the time.
all the time, and I literally I love it so much. It's so satisfying. And she's like, and that's what I said. It's like a
That
cat,
was really
like
fucking
a cat,
good.
like purring. I'm like, do
That
it
was
again.
so-
I'm, like,
your
so
little purr
jealous
at the
of,
end is
like,
great.
How horny she can be at all times.
At
all
all
times.
Like every
times.
conversation is like sexually charged.
Does she
It's
ever
insane.
get like sad? Like
No.
I literally
It's just a
I'll
sex
get sad,
world.
and I'm like, if anyone would even think about touching me right now, I'd fucking freak
And
out.
Samantha's purring.
And she's like,
It's like bad day.
I feel like Miranda's hard to do because she doesn't have like a distinct voice.
okay. That's Miranda.
I spoke too soon. I
it's
spoke
kind of-
too soon.
It's very sharp. It's very
Yeah.
sharp, and she's stressed out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm single.
Yes, exactly. It's
Okay. I just asked for you to do that so that we could do the impressions so that we could just have that moment.
We're missing Charlotte.
Oh, Charlotte.
And that's all we need.
hers is like, oh, like she's always like,
golly.
She's like a little like Disney princess.
yes,
like-
princess, very airy, very
Yeah.
like.
Now, is there a girl you resonate with? Like you're like, I'm such a Miranda. I'm such a Charlotte.
I would love to be a Samantha. I know that's just not my truth. That's not my truth. She's the most fun character. She's like the best friend ever. She is ride or die for her girls, but she is so sex positive. It scares me. And it really scares me. And I want to be like that so bad. But I think I'm like Charlotte / Miranda. I think
That's
that's my,
us.
Yeah. She's Miranda. I'm Charlotte. So
I'm-
we just had your. We
I'm
had you
in
as a baby.
between.
Yeah,
We just
you're
had a baby
you're our
and you're
kid.
sitting right
No,
here.
literally, I am your baby.
Uh-huh.
You're ours.
Yeah.
I actually feel like
Literally.
being a mix of Miranda and Charlotte is like an
good life.
ideal place
It's
to
good
be.
I like it because I think I can be stressed out like Miranda, and also I can be like, here are the rules and we're actually going to follow them. Okay.
Yeah.
Because this is actually how you do things. And I'm actually not going to fight with you about this because I just know that I'm right. And then I'm also
Wait,
like,
that was a really good impression.
That was Miranda in this episode.
and then I'm like, everybody should be happy and in love.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm gonna find the one.
And I'm gonna
He's out there.
Literally.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like two sides of myself, like fighting each other, but also loving each other.
Huh.
Okay, and
I love that.
did you, when you were watching it for the first time, like
Yeah.
have a guy that you were like, I want to be with that guy?
I love Aiden. Who
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
love Aiden?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like,
I love him.
he like forces her to be like vulnerable, and he's so caring, and he literally is so sweet to her. He's such a bitch to him.
Honestly, like core
Yeah.
crew, Steve, Aiden, and
As guys?
and, yeah, Steve, Aiden, and Harry. Like
Best dudes.
those are like
Best
that's
dudes
like
in
a
the show.
good group of dudes.
Yes, it's just very nice to see like men be like, hey, I care about you.
They all end up with like pretty
The bars.
solid.
So low.
They
Just be like,
they end up with like pretty solid dudes. You know,
No, like those are good
Like,
guys
Big's
to end
out.
up with.
goodbye.
oh my God.
And it's just Aiden, it's just Harry and Steve, and honestly, throw Smith in there. Whatever,
Yeah.
he's great too. Doesn't really go with the mix, but
Smith!
No,
Oh my
I actually,
God.
someone messaged me on our page
Mm-hmm.
saying like when we're talking about the men that like we never give Smith his flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And like he somehow hasn't made his way into the conversation of boyfriends on the show.
well, he hasn't has
because
his
he-
episode
yeah.
yet.
No,
yeah.
no, not for us. Like when people talk about the guys of Sex and the City,
Right,
he
right.
doesn't really get his moment.
Yeah.
And it's like he was an amazing boyfriend and he's so hot and he loved Samantha so much and like we need to keep putting his name back out there because he's just as good as Aiden. Like
If
he's
not
on
better,
the same
honestly.
way hotter.
I would love to see
in
how
my
he
opinion.
aged.
You would love to
We
see
can
what?
just Google.
Huh?
What did you say?
I would love to see how he aged.
Yeah.
I
Pull it up
haven't
right now.
seen it. I would.
Have
wow,
tablet time.
I really wish I could
It's
see
okay to
that.
have
Does
tablet
anyone
time.
know his name?
I don't even
Because if we know his name,
know.
this will be really quick. Wait, Smith Jared, right?
Smith Jared.
Pull up
That's
a video
That's
of him.
literally his name.
Play it 100% volume.
This episode was really what was like your key takeaway of this episode while she finds Smith?
Being gay is fake.
Okay. Yeah. So you heard that, you guys.
That's
Being
what
gay,
Sex and the City
it's
was trying to
fake.
say.
Yeah.
Well, his
And-
name is Jason Lewis.
Classic.
Jason, that's actually a great name. Jason-
Okay.
He
Wait.
aged really well, I would say.
Can I see?
That's totally fine. That's amazing.
Yes, but
That-
why is he giving Miley Cyrus eyes?
Yeah, we need to work on
That
the blue-
one picture of
but
her where
that's
she's
just
like-
what happens when you have blue eyes and you
Oh.
lose your hair.
Guilty. Oh,
Wow, you're gonna.
wait a second. Let's go back to the other part.
He does seem to be married.
To me,
Oh.
guys, we're
Wait,
so
he
happy.
like can't stop with the eyes. Like every
That's what-
every photo.
He's giving Miley Cyrus on that red carpet where she's like boom boom like
Oh,
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Wow. Yeah. He's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think he's my number one actually. if
Your
anyone
number one
asks.
guy.
Yeah, I like
is,
him a lot.
Mine is Steve. Steve is my guy.
Steve. Well, that's the thing. Steve like really forces Miranda to like be vulnerable, and it's so beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
really
And
sweet.
he's knocking down those walls, and she's like, "Well, you stop."
And he was like, no.
And he was like, "Miranda,
And like he's really
I
good at being
love
so
you."
calm when she's like out of 10.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Wait,
great.
do the Steve again.
Miranda,
That's pretty good.
I love you." He also kind of sounds like a little rascal. or something.
He has a weird voice, like as an
Miranda.
actor.
Yeah, that's the only thing I couldn't imagine. Oh,
God, it kills us.
okay, he's in the room with us. One of the
Let me
lights just turned off.
Let me, if anything, let me move this to the middle for the
Yeah.
duration.
Why is it doing that? I charged my thing. Did you? And we are back.
We are
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome
And
back,
that's perfect
viewers.
anyway because I should get into the highlights.
Yeah, get
because
into
I
the
do feel
highlights.
like we're itching to talk about this
Oh,
episode.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this episode is season 3, episode 4, named Boy Girl, Boy Girl. And the highlights of this episode are Steve suggests that him and Miranda move in together.
Come on, you'd be fun.
Carrie dates a bisexual man. Samantha is feuding with her new assistant. And
no.
Charlotte tries out being a drag king. And Carrie's question for this episode is, has the opposite sex become obsolete? Just because she's learned about bisexuality.
Yeah, it's not. It's pretty. It's a rough one. This is a rough episode.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
No, it's
it
really
gets
So
funny.
absurd.
It's a lot. It's a lot. Remember when Stanford in the beginning is like, maybe I'm a lesbian. I'm like,
That was awesome.
God, no.
You guys are like,
It's
no, and I'm like, that ruled.
I was
That part
like,
was actually my favorite.
Oh, Stanny. What did you think? What's your main takeaway?
My main takeaway is they would not last a day in the Brooklyn comedy scene.
No, I
Okay,
literally thought
you
that.
won't last an hour in the asylum where they raised me. Imagine them going to a Brooklyn comedy party.
No, that party at the end, I was like, this is pretty much what it's like going to any comic's birthday party.
Yes, I'm like, their heads would fucking explode.
we don't play Spin the Bottle though. We should start doing that.
That's when I become like Carrie. I'm like, no, we shouldn't.
I wrote down on my last note, like, spin the bottle. It was crazy. But only because if I was at a party and someone suggested that, I'd be like, I don't know.
Someone's trying to start shit. If they're doing that, they're like,
They have someone they want to
literally
get.
Spin the
like,
bottle.
Guys, let me spin the bottle.
I'm like,
That's literally when I thought about playing it. That's how I wanted to ask. I would ask the
Really
group like that.
sexy like that.
Hey, let's
No.
just play Spin the Bottle.
Last note on my page, anti-spin the bottle.
yeah,
We played the Spin the Bottle sometimes in college, and that was really fun.
because you're all horny.
Yeah.
It's the horniest you'll ever be. Like 14 and like,
You're 14 in college.
yeah, when you're 14 in college. What,
you're
you guys weren't
14 in
scholars? Wait, you guys, come on. Come on, you guys didn't go to college at 14?
Yeah,
no, when you're 14 and then when you're in college and then also kind of whatever age I am now.
Yeah.
He's the horniest.
Yeah. Do you feel like Sex in the City makes you hornier? Like watching it?
Well,
Well,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're having sex all the time, so yeah.
So you like, because I leave Sex in the City sometimes and I'm like, shit, I gotta go hit up the apps. Like,
It reminds
get
me
sad.
about, because
Yeah.
I'm in a relationship that's going on 3 years.
Brag.
It reminds me that we need to be making out more. Whenever I watch the show and they're having these sexy kisses, and like I'm like, yeah, I need to be making out with my boyfriend like much, like triple the amount I am right now.
Yes, making out does need to be brought back.
Because
Yeah.
when they're in that club, like, and Carrie's like literally ruining it by trying to figure out if he's looking at a guy or a girl.
Oh.
When they stop though to make out, I'm like, it's so fun to be out with someone and you both think each other is sexy and you're making out with each other. Like that's the best.
And then you pull away and you go, so were you looking at a boy or a girl?
No, Carrie's inability after they even had sex to drop it was
Yeah.
crazy.
So annoying.
do you date guys or girls that are bisexual?
Yes.
Okay.
Imagine if you're like, Carrie was crazy, but no, I would
Yeah,
never
like,
do that.
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm like, absolutely not.
I
Next question.
I have gone on dates with bisexual men, I think, but
Okay.
I didn't really say it, but you could tell.
I don't really.
It was
Yeah.
a vibe.
Yeah, and I also think that they didn't want to promote it too much. They were like, "This is my deep dark secret." By the way, I've gotten head from
Maybe
a
they
dude. and I'm
saw
like,
this Sex and the City episode.
Yeah,
They're like, we have
They're
to hide
burned
it
in their
girl.
brain.
Yeah, but I've had like guys like disclose it to me like very like almost like shamefully, and I'm like, it's no, that's hot. Like we like that, you know.
I guess it's more open. It's starting to change, but it was more open for like women to be bisexual. Versus
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel like men in the Brooklyn scene are kind of threatened by women who are bisexual when they're dating like women.
Wait, men who
No,
are
they
straight
want that.
dating
No.
bisexuals?
Yeah,
Are
because
threatened
they
by
know.
the bisexual woman.
Yeah, because they know that like girls will always be better than boys.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's like if you have a bisexual girl with you, like you better
Be
rev it
afraid.
up. You better be really afraid
Be
because
very
You need to be on
afraid
your
if,
A game.
if she
that your woman will leave.
like your girls should leave
Seriously.
you. Honestly, like is that? I mean,
Because always some guys like, hey,
literally,
like
like
it's like the most stunning,
like
beautiful.
your boyfriend's being a weasel and you literally like, and then there's a hot girl in Brooklyn who walks by and your girlfriend's gay.
I feel
or
like guys
bi,
think
you know?
they want a bisexual girl, but then like the idea that that girl could be attracted to anyone the second they're dating them for a week would be the end of the world.
Because there's so many hot girls in New York, but like your girl's not gonna leave you for another guy here.
do you think it's
like,
true, this like stigma that like all men want to see girls kiss other girls? Because I feel like that's where men loving bisexual women comes from.
Yes,
They
they're
just want to
pervs.
watch girls kiss other girls. But like, is that still going on?
I think
Have you guys heard?
There's only one way
down
to
the
find out.
this is a great question. I think we have to do some
Jesse, if
research.
you could use your platform,
yeah,
to
we
get
got
to
to
the bottom
really
of
do
this.
some research to see,
Because
are
I feel like
girls
in the
kissing
90s
girls?
when guys were like, oh, I'm dating twins, or like I want the sisters kissing.
What was up with that?
weird.
That was really weird.
Every older movie you go back and they're like, I can't wait to bang her and her sister.
It was like really
so their
weird.
sisters, they're not going to want to do that.
And like they're asking
weird.
the sisters if they've ever kissed each other. And there's always like in the 90s, like a girl, it'll be a lesbian couple and some gross guy is like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Which I feel like kind of started these straight guys wanting to be with like bisexual women. Because it's the closest they can be to a woman who will kiss another woman in front of them.
Yeah. I think that I think that's faded a little bit.
I feel like that's over.
Yeah. Like now they're just.
Now they're just dating them and now
You
because
guys have not talked to enough perverts.
You don't think so?
Wow.
I've been in a
Jesse.
relationship too long. I'm not out there with the freaks anymore.
I've been with some perverts and they're not telling me.
Well, you're not
that,
asking them
but-
how they feel about the bisexual women.
Well, I mean, I tell them that I've in the past, had some bisexual,
Oh, do they go crazy?
situations. Well, they're just like, oh.
They're
But
like,
they-
they're like,
they-
say it again, I'm rock
Yeah,
hard.
they're like,
Classic.
"Ah,
Classic.
I put my dick in your mouth.
Just as I predicted.
No, I mean, because I've been with a handful of women, honestly, a good amount. And I like lightly dated a woman in college. It wasn't really dating. We just, had our fling, lived together and hooked up all the time. We were dating. Anyways.
You guys were married. That's called marriage
we're
where I'm
married.
come from.
But like now I primarily date men for the most part, but I always feel like when we're talking about sexuality, I'm always like, yeah, I'm like fluid, whatever. And then some guys are like, really? And then some guys are like,
You go,
cool,
"What?"
cool. Like, me too.
Me too. Totally.
like-
totally.
And it's like,
They're always
you're
getting
like, really?
stressed out. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I understand. I'll figure it
course.
out. I'll
Yeah.
Google
yeah,
later.
they'll be like, yeah, no, me too.
They
And I'm
just
like,
start speaking
are
like
you?
Succession. They're like, okay, yeah, no, okay, what?
Yeah,
okay,
I'm like, well,
okay.
have you hooked up with another guy? And he's like, no, but I would.
I would. Don't
Do you
test
have
me.
someone? Are you offering?
Like, is there a camera? Yeah, I would.
I'll do it right now. Speaking of fluid, I'm going to talk about the Charlotte storyline.
Yes.
Because I feel like she's experimenting. And in this episode, an artist comes to her gallery who's doing this. All of his photos are of women as drag kings. Like he's dressed them up as men and photographed them.
Hot.
And
Sorry, Margot's really like,
what's she doing?
she's like licking her paw and like having like
She doesn't like when you bring up the men you've dated.
Yeah, she really doesn't.
jealous.
She's like, let's let those guys
I was
go,
looking up at this guy on
Nora.
the couch the other day, and she was just perched up there, just staring at us, and I was like,
She's a
okay.
force.
I was like, all right,
Hey, girl.
hey girl,
Hey, mama.
Yeah, Margot's huge lesbian. Like,
You think?
oh yeah,
Wait, what did you say about what she was the other day?
I thought she was my dad.
Yeah.
Okay, so she changes with the moon.
Literally like 2 days ago sitting at that
turned
table.
into a bird when I laughed. What did
Wait,
you just say?
I sometimes
It's
I look
either-
at Margot not when she's watching me being the what's it called, a cuck.
She
If
not
she
when
would be
she's
a
being
cuck?
No, not
when
when
she's
she's
in the
being
cuck
a
chair.
cuck.
Yeah.
Not when she's in the cuck chair, but
Oh, she doesn't like you. She just put a paw on you. She does.
She's
not.
like, why don't you talk about this privately offline?
but like if
She's
for our
pissed.
people who can't see, she just kind of put her paw on me. And Margot's my cat. But yeah, we don't have to. I thought she was my dad reincarnated. Like he's dead. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you look at your pet and you're like, that's my dead dad.
Mhm.
Yes.
You know?
I
But
literally know.
yeah. So anyways, continue what you were saying before I very rudely interrupted you with this garbage.
No. I didn't think it was garbage. I just want to talk about all the girls' reaction to the art.
Mm-hmm.
And because obviously the meat and potatoes of this episode is Carrie being biphobic. So I'd love to start off though talking about the girls talking about the art and Charlotte's experience becoming a drag king, being photographed, being forward only when she's a man. Like,
Well, it's interesting because one of my best friends is a drag king and like spends a lot of like does shows multiple times a week and like has really committed to being a drag king and like to announce yourself as a drag king just because you dressed up as a guy once is fucking
Crazy.
nuts.
She's saying
like when she's saying that, I'm just like, oh my
they're
God.
all drag kings. I'm like, no,
you're
they're
not,
all
honey.
just like wearing men's clothing.
Like if
They
a guy
did a photo shoot.
yeah,
they're kings.
like, but if a guy like wore a dress for a day, you wouldn't be like drag queen.
No.
Like, you know,
Drag Queen Mama Slay Boots house down.
The best was when he was trying to convince Charlotte to do the photo, and she was like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "Not a model." And she goes, "No, I'm not butch." It's like, Charlotte.
I just burped. Sorry.
And then
No,
she
we burp
later,
all the
oh,
time
that's
into the
okay, because us and
microphone.
our Diet Cokes, like,
Yeah, it's
we're all
crazy.
I
sorry.
had my bubbly and I was like, bad,
It's
wrong
like a bad, it's
choice.
probably a bad guest. thing
one
to
time
offer
we
that
were
to
just
our
like
guests.
eating nuts. And like our producers
mouths
at
are
the time
full.
was like, "This is the last thing you should be doing on a podcast." And we were like, "What?"
I'm like, my mouth's all, I'm like, so last
Shouting
week.
and like cracking like pistachios in our mouth.
People
Yeah,
are freaking out.
But like genuinely, like I would do it again. Like,
Yeah, I would do it
if,
again.
Like if you can't understand as our listener,
thank
that, like,
God I
needed a
brought
little
100
snack.
bags of nuts with me. You get a nut. You get a nut.
and you get a nut, and you get a nut.
The Oprah of nuts.
Yeah, it was really crazy.
I thought it was really funny when Charlotte was like, I can't be a man. Like, I'm not good at math and I can hardly change a tire. Like, I guess that's all it takes. I guess that's all she thinks of them.
Yeah. What do you?
I was like, that's not it, Charlotte.
It kind of. That's it.
No, but for her to say, like, she can be a man, she can dress up as a
she
drag
can do
king,
everything else. She just can't change.
she
a
can't
tire.
do this, so she
can't do
cannot.
math.
She cannot let this man dress her up. I was like, this is deranged.
Probably none of the men in the comedy scene can change a tire or do
Or
math.
do math. None of them can do math.
My boyfriend definitely cannot.
None of
Actually,
them-
he could do math.
I actually can't do math. So
I
I'm
can't do
definitely
math
not
either.
a man.
Our kids are screwed.
Yeah, I'm. You know about my math issues.
I do.
What does that mean? Let's explore
like
that.
like if
Let's
like
unpack
if
that.
there's if you're like, how many days has it been from Monday to Friday? I'm like, well, do you count the Monday?
What?
Do you count the
You
Friday?
got a lot of
And
questions.
I'm like,
I
just
didn't know about this.
I'm just I'm like
You're
trying
learning something
so
new too.
it's like, how many days is it? Like
5
That's
days.
5 days.
but like
I want to be a bitch right now, but that's 5 days.
I don't even need to use my hands.
no, just like stuff like that. Sometimes I'll think too deeply about it, and I'll be like, well, does Monday still count because we're halfway through Monday?
I used
You
to
know-
get
You know what I mean?
really
I get
stressed
to,
out when someone would ask me like, oh, like how many people were like in the room would you say? Like let's say you go to a party and I'd be like,
Yes.
oh, I don't think I'm really like I can answer that. I don't know why I would get so stressed out. They're like, no, like a rough estimate. I'd be like, I don't know, like 1,000.
Bet there's like 20 people.
You're in a Brooklyn apartment. There's no way there's 1,000 people. I'm like,
You're-
okay, five. They're like, no,
you're like,
Jessie.
You're like Trump at the rallies. Like you're like millions and millions.
Millions
of
are
people.
here.
Everybody you've ever known was there.
They're here for the big party.
There's like 3 people. Yeah. So I that and like algebra. I don't know, just stuff like that.
No, math
Okay.
is hard. I once cried during an AP Calc exam.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. What happened?
Because it was going so bad.
Yes.
Oh. Have you ever written an apology note on a test?
No,
yes.
I usually
I've been like sorry. This is really
have,
bad.
like, I thought that was like a crazy thing I was doing. And then I learned there's like a very special community out there of people who at the end of the test were like, truly, this was like, I would write on so many math tests. Like this was literally my best effort. Like we need to figure something out. I'm so sorry.
if I really liked the teacher and I felt bad because I knew I wasn't putting my best foot forward, I'd be like, hey girl,
hey.
I just want to say my bad.
I
Maybe.
would see mine was like I wouldn't put my best foot forward and I'd write like I swear to God I put my best foot forward. I'm like literally dumb.
So you were taking
She's like writing. Like
I'd be
a
like,
whole-
this is the
I'm
best I
this is
can
actually
do.
me trying my
And they were
best.
like, you haven't done
This is me
anything.
trying.
I would leave things blank and write, please, like let it go, because I
Like,
was doing
just-
so bad at math.
I would just try like get over it.
get over it.
Okay.
Well, in calculus, there were like,
See, like I didn't even get to calculus for a reference.
I didn't get to calculus either. They actually let me drop all my math classes my senior year so that I could do advanced ceramics. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
What?
But that's like
School
why I'm
did
having
you
the
go
Monday
to?
to Friday issue.
They had to break up algebra
But-
2
you
for
said-
me.
But if you need,
how many days are in between Monday and Friday? I don't know, but is there? Can we glaze something?
yeah, can we like glaze it up?
Is there?
I know. Okay, and I don't want people to think I don't know how many days of Monday to Friday, but sometimes I'm just like, when people
Can
are
you
like,
phrase the question that
like people will be like, okay, like on the first, let's meet up in 13 days, or no.
Who
this
is
the-
telling
no,
that
no,
to you? because I gotta say they're a fucking freak. If someone's going,
Hey, Nora, I'd love to meet up with you in about 17 days.
Or no, just like, how old is this person? They were born in 1982, and I'm like,
oh, that would take. I pulled my calculator.
That's like, oh,
I feel like that's a normal thing to be confused on.
I don't know.
Because that's like, don't make me do mindless math.
Yeah.
The gym I work at the other day, I was telling them different price plans, and they were trying to figure out which one was the cheapest. They're like, all right, so which one is this much per class? And I'm like, could you do it? Like, I've given you all the numbers.
Oh,
like,
that's not your
you
job.
can divide by class per month. Like,
Right.
please don't ask me to do this.
Yeah, I might ask.
Well, you wouldn't ask
We
me.
turn you away.
You can ask like Luke or something.
Yeah.
Or like Maddie will do it
No,
for
I know
you.
that. I know the prices per class at Orange Theory.
But like with a class pack.
Totally.
That's what they were trying to figure out, because there's like the 12 pack or the 20 pack.
Yeah.
And they're like,
they
okay,
didn't
which
wanna
one's
do the
less
math,
money?
so they were putting it on you.
And I was like, I'm like I'm gonna make stuff up. Like I'm gonna make stuff up.
I have
today.
$700.
At my job, I have to
None of them are
prorate
worth it. Please
salaries
leave.
a lot. Like prorating salaries really fuck me up.
Mm.
We have to do that a lot at my job, or like figuring out like semi-monthly to bi-weekly pay. That's where I get like rammed in the ass. Like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm sorry, Margot's like, we're having an intimate moment.
We have like 30 minutes left, so
Okay.
we're at halfway through.
Let's move past.
I was kind of zoned out. I was just doing the math of when we started versus what time was on the clock right now. That's why I was zoned out for a second.
It's all good.
I was like, speaking of math, I'll do a little. I'll figure out how much time we have left.
Wait, she's really good.
I was like, that was pretty good for
Guys, also, I just want to say, just because I took calculus, I am not good at math.
Seems like you are.
Nope.
You're probably
Not
better
anymore.
than us.
You're
I
probably
think I
better than
was,
us.
because I would try really hard at it, because I loved to get good grades. That
Yeah.
was like amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amazing vibe there when that was the time. Now I literally, because I don't have to do that anymore, I'm like, do 9 divided by 3. I don't know.
Yeah. ChatGPT. Wow.
Wait.
And ChatGPT. Wow.
Like if I had that, I would have dropped that advanced ceramics real fast.
I'm actually like truly glad that none of this AI and ChatGPT existed
Right.
when I was in high school, college, because like it would have been abused.
Yeah.
It would have been
I
absolutely
would have
abused.
cheated on everything.
And I can only imagine how much more dumb I would be if I had access to these things when I was in school.
100%.
Because I hated doing like any sort of problem solving in terms of like for homework. Like if I had access to these, to like the AI writing the whole like whatever for you, oh my God, it would have been over. It would have been over.
You know what? I think I would have mainly used it. Have you seen people use it like, I'm not going to describe this right, but they'll like role play with a character with it. Like they'll make the chat GBT like be a character from like a movie or something.
Wow.
And then talk to them.
Wait, what do you mean? Like they'll say like, I want to have a talk with Homer Simpson.
Yes.
And then
They'll
they can say
speak
like,
to it
hi
and it
Homer.
speaks back.
You know what? I've never tried it. I've never tried it. So I'm actually kind of speaking out of my ass, but I'm like, and I would have done that in high school.
You're like,
I
yes,
would've-
yes. And you're
I
like,
would
I've
have
never
role
used it,
played
though.
on Chat GPT with a computer and been like, please pretend to be Harry Styles.
Oh wait, I know what you're referencing. You can say like,
My friend
write
told
a
me about
song
this.
in like how Taylor Swift would about this thing that happened, and
Yeah.
it writes it, or you'll say like, write a script through the eyes of
I think it will
someone
also.
else.
I think
know
there's
what
one
you're
that
talking
like talks to you actually instead of like Chat GPT. It's like an AI, whatever, and you can be like, oh, like pretend to be this person from Game of Thrones, and then they'll like talk to you as that character would think and stuff, and you'd be like, hey, how are you, girl?
Oh my God. That's kind of like that
Are you,
movie-
girl?
That's how I would.
What was that
Hey,
movie
girl.
with her?
Yeah, her.
Remember her?
Yes.
She.
Song on the beach,
she-
Arcade
she.
Fire.
It was crazy. The bad news is you're fired. The good news is now I can fuck ya.
So the Samantha storyline in this episode is she hires an assistant just because she thinks he's hot.
I'm wheezing into the
And he
microphone.
ends up being like the world's I wouldn't say the world's worst assistant. He wasn't a good assistant.
might have been.
Like he's not. Well, it felt like it came from a place of wanting her to get respect in her role. Like it wasn't like her last
Yeah.
girl who was like, fuck you, I can do it on my own. he seemed to be like, I want people to respect you. I don't like when people mess around with your time. Seemed like his vibe. It wasn't coming out in a way that was like a helpful assistant. And then the story goes on. She has to fire him in the most like HR would have a field day with this scene.
It was really crazy when she peers at him through the.
That was what was killing me. She keeps being so horny with him and then standing a foot away from his desk behind a window, like watching him.
Insane.
And I'm like, is he into you?
Have you ever hooked up with a coworker?
No.
Yeah, me neither. I really want to. It
I
seems so
have.
cool. Of course you have, Hannah. It's so cool.
I'm trying to think. I think I hooked up. It's not worth it I'm going to do the math of at what job I had.
our good old friends at the ambulance.
At the ambulance. Well, I guess then while they're driving by, I'll do the math. Because I kind of feel like I might have hooked up with at least one person at every job I've had. But okay, a lot of my jobs have been bar jobs. And it's like, of course, the bartenders are
the
fucking.
coolest place to do it.
Yeah, but like I think it's cooler to like have like the office romance.
No, it's really cool to have like the bartender sexual romance.
Okay.
You're actually like shaking something and you're
For
looking at
me,
each
it is
other.
because that's Steve. And you know, I think
Yeah.
Steve is also in this
Yolanda.
episode, I think is really special. Like he's being a lot. Of course, he should be cleaner at her house. He literally doesn't live there at that one point, and like the house is trash.
Yeah.
Also, I know they don't have cell phones, but I still think it's weird that he like surprised her at her house, but not surprised her like he had ordered food and was watching a basketball game.
How long had they been dating at that point?
This is what I feel
It
like
feels
is
like
kind
it's
of
been a couple
foggy.
days, but like, yeah,
They've only been back together for 2 episodes.
He's been dating her for like 3 days. And he's like, I showed up in your house.
I have a huge problem. This has been a huge thing in my life recently because as a 32-year-old woman, I
No,
like,
you're barely 18, girl.
I tried to. Someone did say the other day 21, and I was like, fuck yeah. But I just basically like I cannot have a man or woman, but primarily a man living in the space. Like, and when I do have a guy in the space, it's like big hairy man in Barbie dream house. And it is insane. And I also recently had to kick someone out because they were snoring too loudly. And I just like, I have no idea how I'm going to share a space with someone. And like, I got to really work on that because I'm like old.
I do think that when the time comes, it might be leaving this space behind.
Okay, we have to go past that because I just saw the life leave your eyes.
But I also,
Here's the thing.
as someone living with their boyfriend, like a 2-bedroom apartment is perfect. But like even that, it's not, I still don't have really a space where I can be alone.
Yeah.
Like I feel like when the time comes where you're going to live with someone, you're going to want a door that can shut.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to want a bedroom.
Yeah.
You're going to want a room where a door can close. I feel like a studio and a new couple living together, it's hard.
Well, the thing is at the end of the day, I will not date anyone who is not as good as this apartment. So you have a lot to live up to.
But yeah, when you do have someone, you need your own room so that you can go in there, lock the door,
Yeah.
and go on YouTube.com and look up girls kissing.
Yeah, like
Literally.
exactly. Because it'd be like really weird.
Not
if, like,
bi.
he's watching his shows here, and you're watching girls
Yeah.
kissing there,
You're watching
and
girls
he's like,
kissing.
"That can you turn the girls kissing down?" And you're like, "Can you turn the TV off?" Like,
Yeah.
you can't be that classic.
I scream,
classic
I'm
couple.
bisexual.
And wait, what was the quote?
Yes, scream that at him every single day you wake up.
Wait, that Miranda quote that killed me when they were talking about bisexuals is she was like, "It's no, it was Carrie who said it was so weird. He was so open about it." I was like,
Yeah, that he's just like confident in who he is. And
she's like, "That's fucking nuts." She's like, "He shouldn't have done that."
Wait, I wrote down a really fantastic quote.
Tell us.
Can I say one while you're looking for yours?
No, I have it
Oh,
already.
you have it? Okay, go.
So Carrie goes, he's a bisexual. And then Samantha goes, I could have told you that, sweetie. He took you ice skating for Christ's sake. Burn.
Honestly, Samantha.
She's always on
Sorry,
it.
is that
She
chill?
said all the kids are going by. And
Yeah.
she's so right. All the kids are going by.
Yeah.
They're all headed towards it.
I can't see any of the guys I've been with recently taking me ice skating.
Would you want to? This is
Yeah, I want something a little new. They're always like,
okay.
let's go to dinner. It's like, let's go to your house and fuck. Like, and it's just like, this sucks. Let's go ice skating.
Go ice skating.
Yeah, I need like a, more sexually fluid man to take me ice skating.
Yeah, you do. You need a bisexual man
Yeah.
who's been with 2 girls who didn't want a relationship and Mark.
Mark.
Now, would you have been cool going to Mark's party?
No.
Because what I want to say,
any ex's party would have been like, oh, I don't really like this.
like, I felt like everything about him was he was being like open and honest, and Carrie was being nuts.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, learning that he surprised Carrie by bringing her to his ex-boyfriend's bar. I was like, okay, now this one's on you. This one's on you.
This one was actually a bad one on you.
I would have been really thrown for a loop if I got surprise brought to my current boyfriend's ex-boyfriend's party.
However, if Alanis Morissette was there,
it would have been okay.
to remind you.
And she is so hot and cool.
She
in this
looks
episode.
so good.
So hot.
Yeah.
But the kiss is really weird between her and Carrie. Carrie doesn't move her
And
lips at
Carrie-
I have a
all.
fun fact. Pop singer Alanis Morissette has a cameo in this episode as Dawn. She has admitted to not enjoying the kiss between her and Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yeah, because if you look at Sarah Jessica Parker's lips, they do not even move.
No, and I was like, for her line to be like, I decided to fall down the rabbit hole. It's like, no, you didn't. Like, you just sat there and then you left the party.
I'm gay and I'm straight. I'm bi and I'm phobic.
It was literally her. And in her head, she's like, I am so brave.
She
I'm
like
going
texts
for
everyone
it.
like fucked a girl tonight.
No.
Fucked a girl tonight.
She like kissed for 2 seconds. she's like, damn, that was crazy.
This party also seemed like what people who don't live in New York think is what's happening in New York.
Yeah.
that's definitely what my dad thinks happened.
No, literally.
It's like, you guys all walk in somewhere and you guys all start kissing, don't you?
And
there's a
everyone's
baby
gay
there.
and used to be married and everyone's fucked each other and everybody's
the
fluid.
marriage thing was insane. I'm like, okay, that's not literally happening. When they're like, and I used to be married to her, but now I've got a baby and this is my boyfriend, fiance. I'm
Partner. That's what he said. It's like, partner.
Partner.
come on.
Yeah, what was Alanis's situation? She was married to
The girl, but she used to be married to that guy.
Okay.
She used to be married to Mark.
Did you guys
And Sean, Carrie's bisexual boyfriend,
Yeah.
one time fucked Dawn, which I believe is before Dawn married Mark.
Wow.
I'm like, Carrie,
What
like,
do you
I
feel
almost
about
got it.
friends hooking up with each other? I was talking about this with my friend earlier today. I was talking about this with Hope. We were like, what do you feel about, like, because I don't really do that with my friends. But, like, I'm curious, like, would you...
You're not essing and effing your friends?
No, not really. And I also... but, like, I see my friends as, like, siblings almost.
Yeah.
And so it seems like a little... But not that I have a problem with it, but it's just, like, if I had been in there, I would have been a little, like... wait, like, this is crazy. Like, everyone has hooked up.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I
not
mean?
happening
Yeah.
to me. That's not happening to
It
me. I gotta
just
say,
seems
that's
like
not
too
happening to me.
much, you know? Like, every once in a while, like, someone hooking up with, whatever, but, like, going into a room and, like, everyone has fucked each other, you're just kind of like, oh, hey.
And, like, I
I'd
really
probably
do
just be
not
like,
believe...
how can I make you guys laugh?
I do not believe there's that
me
many
5
people
minutes.
that have, like, all had sex with each other and everybody's cool with it.
No,
Like,
that's
you're telling
not
me there's,
real.
like, all of these people have all slept with each other and everyone's cool with it and nobody feels uncomfortable and no one feels jealous or jaded. I'm like, that part of this is, like, unrealistic.
That's just not realistic.
For Carrie to be the only one with a problem at this party makes no sense.
But she was.
It's giving Polly, kind of. Like a Polly. That was a big Polly
Yeah.
party, maybe. Is that
Poly party.
Polly party, right?
Poly party.
My favorite quote that I was going to say earlier was when the girl during Spin the Bottle is like, get a dental dam.
yes. Yes, they're making out and they're like, get a room. She goes, get a dental dam.
It was so cringe.
Have you ever used a dental dam?
No.
I don't even know what
Okay.
it is.
It's a condom for your vagina. So it's like you put it.
It
It's like
doesn't go in your mouth.
No. It has nothing to do with your mouth, except for the person who's giving you head. So whoever's eating you out, it's a little like condom that goes into your vagina. It's almost like, it's honestly Hyman wall vibes. And like literally, like you can't, like it's to block whatever.
The vagina hole?
It's like, it's blocking the whole thing. It's like putting a bag into your vagina.
Okay.
So it's like a con.
Have
Like
you used one?
Huh?
Yeah, it sounds like you
I've
make
never
them,
used one,
honestly.
and you know a lot about it. So it's like, are you speaking out of your ass? Or are you speaking from you're like, so it actually is going to go in like a bag. It's like
So what you're gonna do is spread your leg and just kind of
Wait,
relax.
but I'm picturing like
Think-
a Ziploc bag going in, but what's going on with the top part of the bag?
It's open because your tongue.
I think
is
it's just
in
kind
it.
of like a barrier between the genitals and
But
someone's
is there a lot
mouth.
of bag in your face?
No, I think it's
You've
more.
used one.
That's what's confusing me.
You
If you're able to
actually-
answer that.
No, I actually haven't, but I was a women gender sexuality studies major,
Mhm.
and boy, did they like to talk about dental dams. Like we got the
Really?
full
Wait,
breakdown.
but is it different than a vaginal condom?
It's the same thing.
Because I, as an RA, had to teach kids how to use all the goods, and I had to teach them how to use a vaginal condom.
So you
they make
actually
RAs do that?
Dental
I really,
dams-
at Pace University, it's no joke. They make you sing and dance for that free housing.
wait.
Mine
Maybe
was
maybe
like-
my dental dam isn't right because I'm thinking about a female condom.
Okay, wait.
I think
keep
these are
chatting.
two different things.
Let me start. Wait,
Oh
imagine.
my
if
god!
we-
I just like described this whole thing, and it's like you don't even know.
I think
and I
think
was
it
like,
was,
I'm a winter. I'm a women.
I'm a
gender sexual-
so first of all,
Okay.
I'm a winter. That's my season.
What?
Second of all,
is
I'm a
a-
gender
What
studies.
is a dental? A dental. I really do think it's the con. It's like a.
I
you
think
know?
it's just kind of a barrier between.
Okay, no.
I was right.
You are right. A
Okay.
dental dam is a thin, flexible sheet used to reduce the risk of spreading sexual transmitted disease
Thank you.
during oral sex.
Thank
Dental
you.
dams are placed over the genitals or anus before oral sex to create a barrier between the mouth and genitalia.
So it's
Okay,
like,
But I don't think it
it's
goes
like,
in.
That's what I'm seeing. It doesn't go in. It's on. Just
It's on
placed
top.
on top. The vaginal condom is going in.
what?
Look,
Yes.
Huh?
look. This is
Wait.
Yeah.
What do you do
This
then?
is-
Whoa, wait,
I
wait.
think it's so that you don't get like herpes.
How
like
are
if
you?
you-
How? Wait, but then you can't put anything
Also,
in it.
it can be used in dental work.
Okay. My dentist freaky like that. When my dentist pulls out the dental dam.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, like I think it.
What's the purpose
it
of
kind
having
of-
a sheet over your
Wait,
vagina?
but look, it seems kind of.
It seems like
Well,
you
it's
put
kind
it
of like a curtain for a
Look,
show.
it looks like this. So it kind of like sticks to your skin. It like what's it called? Saran wraps.
Yeah, I
Like,
think I saw it because I grabbed them one
Suctions.
time because I thought it was funny and then I opened it
That's exactly
with no
what
intention
I
of
did.
using it and I was
no,
like,
I like
what
opened
the?
it and I was like, who would
how to use a
this?
dental dam? Yeah, you just place the dental dam flat over your vaginal opening or anus. Do not put inside the vagina
Girl.
or anus.
Girl.
I've been shoving them up my anus all day.
Throw away. Use dental dam in the trash immediately after use. Cannot be used more than once.
Okay, if you're like reusing your dental dam, like I don't even
Clearly
know what a
somebody-
dental dam
Crap.
is.
Crap.
Clearly somebody did because there's like a lot of in these how to use.
if
like,
you're
do not
reusing-
use more than once.
I like don't. I guess I don't even know what a dental dam is. But if you're reusing it, like what is?
if you're
wrong?
really tight on money and you're having oral sex with multiple with the same partner over and over, I can see maybe wiping off your dam and like using it.
Hey, before we get
I cannot stop. I
sexy,
have to put this down. I like can't stop looking at pictures of the dam.
I love how
Let me
now
wipe off my
abbreviate it to
dam.
The dam.
The
Let me
dam.
wipe off my
Let me
damn.
go
Now
get a
just the
dam.
dam.
Well,
Damn, girl.
Okay, so I kind of gave a very confident.
Okay, so now
assessment that
I
was
get why they
false.
said it about the kiss because it's a joke about the mouth and about the vagina.
I thought I really thought the
Yes?
whole time that they were having sex, and I think like, not they were having sex, but she was alluding to the fact that they would have sex. So she was like,
Exactly.
"Oh, like get a condom, like that
Oh.
kind of thing."
I thought it
But
was like
get
a
a dental dam because there are two women.
damn. I thought it was a joke about
Damn.
the mouth and the vagina.
Damn,
Damn.
damn.
I'm glad we looked
I
that
think
up.
it was just to show that they're sexy. You
They're
know?
sexy.
I think that
Yeah.
they're doing it, but they're safe.
This actor probably improvised that line last minute and they just left it in and now we've talked about it for like 10
It's-
minutes, the dental dam.
She doesn't even know the impact that she's made on our lives.
No, we should reach out to her. She's probably
Literally.
around.
We all invest in dental dams.
Another great quote.
I
I'm
might
a
try one.
trisexual. I'll try everything once, which is
That's
like
going
all
to be
over
us with the
internet.
dental dam.
I'm a trisexual.
You
I'll
see
try
my hips?
anything.
My hips don't pop. I'm a guy. Miranda at the ribbon dancing class.
Can I just say something about the ribbon dancing class?
Yeah.
One, I'm finding it hard to believe there was any point where this was like Manhattan's fitness craze, as they called it in the show.
Uh-huh.
But like I said to you, one thing about these girls is like if there's a problem in their relationship, like they're taking a class. They're
Yeah.
going to a class. And
Yeah.
we just watched the episode where like Charlotte can't make a man come, so she goes to a class about how to like give a hand job. Like
Yes.
these girls really put in the work. Like Steve jokingly said, Miranda, it feels like you're the guy in the relationship. And she's like, I'm at a goddess dance class. Like, let me work inward. Like I get a lot of feedback and I don't do anything with it. And these girls are at classes all week,
Yeah.
like trying to better themselves.
Yeah. I do think that the classes specifically in like the athletic region are very New York-esque, because I feel like I'm constantly like, have you heard of this class? They do XYZ. They're like put you in a fishbowl and like feed you water while you're doing yoga. You know, it's just like, I feel like that's constant New York. You're like doing all these weird fucking
There's
classes.
always something. I took a sexy dance class one time. Nope.
Just like Miranda.
It was just called sexy dance.
It was called like sexy stilettos. But here's the fun part.
Okay. Did you have to wear heels?
Yeah, but I wore character shoes. You guys know what those are, right?
Of course, we know what those are.
I was like, these are sexy to me. I've seen Chicago.
When I'm in these, I feel good.
Yeah. And all these other girls are like, it was really fun. And because I used to take like dance for a long time when I was younger. But all of these girls are showing up in like 6-inch heels, like
And you're in
baddie,
like nude
and
character
I'm like,
heels.
No, literally. I'm like, guys, you know what's really sexy? Musical theater.
And these are really comfortable.
I'm like,
I can
pop,
dance for
six,
hours.
Squish, scissor
I love that.
How was the class?
It was awesome.
Where was it at? Like Crunch or?
I don't even remember. I blacked out.
Oh,
You showed up in the character shoes. You did your dance. You
They
went
do.
home.
They do pole dancing at Crunch.
I've taken a pole dancing class
You
before.
have. I could never. I don't know if I have that kind of strength. That's
the,
like some rock.
You gotta build it
climber.
up, but
Yeah.
the first class is they're not expecting you to have strength, but it does. It definitely seems like pole dancing is only fun once you have the strength.
yeah.
Like
Well,
when I was in that beginner class and I did not have the strength, I was like, I wish I wasn't here right now learning.
You know
don't
why I
have
know I
muscle.
can't go to that? It's because I would not try to like. I would literally be the one person in the class trying to like look like I'm walking on air, like sideways,
I know exactly.
like
I know
a circus
exactly.
performer.
And they'd be like, "It's your first class. No, thank you. Please don't do that."
And everyone would be like grinding on it, and I'd be like, "So when's the part when it looks like I'm walking on air sideways?"
They're like, "That's months and months down the line." You're like, "Let's do it tonight."
Yeah. They're like,
Walking
"I
on air
think you want to be in the
tonight."
circus." I'm like, "Sounds good to me."
The first class I did get to do the jump where you like hold and then you put one foot around and go down.
Oh wow.
They teach you that in the
Oh.
first class.
See, I would
I
like
imagine
fart.
myself
That stresses
be
me
fine.
out. I know. I just feel like whenever anyone tells me to be sexy, I'm like,
Ooh.
I can't do it.
Well, this class,
Sorry, the sound was really crazy.
weird because it was like a bachelorette party. This is what the party was.
Wow, this is classic.
So we were all watching each other do it, being like, "Come on, girl!" And I feel like I actually would have been able to lean into being sexy more if I just like signed up for a pole dancing class and didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
It was more like, I don't know, like these
Yeah.
are my friends. Like, I'm
Yeah,
not
I feel like
gonna
it's kind of weird to be around your friends and be like,
be like, okay, I guess I'm gonna like strip and be on this pole for a minute.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hope it's not weird.
Did you strip?
Well, I didn't strip in like I did it in a joking way where like I had a sports bra on underneath and I like just took off the top when I was going around.
Oh, you were topless?
No. I had
and I'm bricked up
I-
listening to this.
I showed up in like little shorts.
You're
and then
like, I didn't do much. I just threw off my bra.
I just had my breasts out.
Yeah, it's kind of like
No, like I had the sports bra on and I arrived with a shirt over it.
Okay.
And then I took off the shirt as a joke.
Oh,
but
fuck
then I
yeah.
As a
did-
sexy joke.
As a sexy joke.
sexy
and then I
joke.
ended up on the pole.
I loved it. Sexy joke.
Also, at that point in my life, I was the biggest girl in the group, which did make me feel like I needed to be the best at pole dancing because I was like had decided in my head that they thought I would not be.
And you said, I'll
And
show
they
you
were like
bitches.
trying to have a fun time, and I was like, "Show me it again. I'll try it again.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not. I'll learn it today." And they're like, "Hannah, like we're almost out of time." I was like, "It doesn't matter. I'm gonna learn
You're
it."
doing
before we
tricks they've
go."
never even seen before.
They were like, "What's going on with Hannah? Like it's not her party."
What's like the weirdest class you've taken in New York?
Weirdest class?
Yeah.
I haven't. A lot of mine are like comedy focused or like when I was like, I want to be sexy. And I took the sexy stilettos and I was like, but character shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, my pole dancing was out of New York. That was in Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really take. I'm not like these girls. That's why I'm always impressed. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not signing
I
up
don't
for a
have the
class.
money to do that.
Yeah.
I don't have the. I love how
Also-
Carrie's always like, I have no money. I'm like, Mama,
Stop going to the
do.
goddess class.
Those are your Prada shoes. You have money.
Yeah, she's going to
Oh,
her.
yeah, I like
her
forgot
Upper
about
East
the
Side
Prada shoes. I was
apartment.
like, stop going to the goddess class.
Yeah,
That seemed to be like $5.
Well, she's doing that, and she's doing Prada. I'm like,
You can't have both.
You're a
Have
liar.
you guys
finding
done,
your
Have you
goddess.
guys done bar? I've always wanted to do that.
No, but someone was trying to convince me recently.
I've wanted to do it. Apparently, it's like the meanest girls in NYC go to bar.
See, but you said that about your yoga studio, and now you have a great time there.
I'm a mean girl.
No. like I feel like sometimes I feel
I'm a
like
bitch
when
now.
I learn that like
I'm a
thin
bitch.
women
I'm a
in
lover.
matching outfits are going to something, I do make the assumption like the meanest girls are going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I first started cycling, it was like all these tall, thin women in like matching workout outfits, which I was like, the bitches are here. And then everyone was like the nicest person. They just like happened to
No,
be.
people can be sweet.
People
I
get,
think-
thin
Yeah.
women can be sweet and like
Guys,
rich
finding that out for
women
the
and
first
match
time
it in
right
Lululemon.
There was a day though I looked in the mirror and I was wearing like a matching Lululemon outfit and I had a big pink scrunchie and I looked in the mirror and I'm like, I'm one of them. I did it.
Welcome.
Welcome to bar.
I went to a Pilates class because I have a friend from college that she is an instructor now.
Whoa.
And so
Wait, did you like Pilates? I want to do Pilates.
So I just remember the whole time, it's so funny because like I didn't talk to her in a couple months, but she's so sweet and I love her. And then I get to the class, I'm like, I'm so excited. And she's like, yeah. And she's telling me to do these things like squat on the, because it's like with the reformer. And I look at her in the mirror and I just go, I hate you. I hate you. But like in a funny way, but I was like, this is horrible.
Is it miserable?
It takes a lot of strength.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a lot of secret strength that I found out. Hey, here's the
Yeah.
secret. I don't have
You
it.
don't have
My
it.
mom does it and it's like, it's badass. I'm
But
like,
you can
whoa.
like build, like if you keep going, then you're gonna build those muscles, and it's gonna be.
What
it's
are
still
the
gonna-
muscles?
Well, so I'm so happy that you talked about this.
You're like me with a dental dam. I'm like, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I
right?
should know all about this.
No, I've not. I've been twice, and they were both 7 months apart.
Okay.
And I was like,
Which studio is that?
sounds like you're an expert.
it was Body Rock,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
but everyone was super nice there. I felt
Yeah.
so bad. I was like literally like joking, laughing at my friend, but I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you're a monster for making me do this.
You were
But
kind
you
of
made
a
And she's like-
monster for being a Pilates teacher.
She's like, I actually
I
gave
thought
you.
you were saying to me like you were a monster for, and then you were going to list a class I brought to you too, and I was
Oh,
like,
no,
you're the
no.
only one that's ever bringing me to classes all the time.
And guess what? The monster is sitting next to you.
And
the
Nora
monster is me.
like these girls where like, you know, these girls are always asking a friend to tag along to the classes. Nora's going to the classes and she wants us to tag along.
It was really embarrassing. I met this girl a couple weekends ago and she was like, oh my God, you bike. Like, that's so cool. Like, I would love to bike with you. And I was like, yeah, no, we should. And like, I always like take it really literally when someone's like, we should get coffee or something. And I'm like, I don't drink coffee after 12 p.m. You know, it's just like, I always like think about it logically. And then she was like, yeah, like I've been thinking about getting a bike and biking, whatever. I was like, not to be a bitch, but I'm just like a really fast biker. And like, I just really like, I have my own pace. And so unless you want to do like a long distance thing, I kind of just prefer to bike on my own. And I was like,
Okay, curb your
yeah,
enthusiasm.
it was like fucking crazy. She was like, oh yeah, no, I think I could keep up. I bike a lot. I do. And she's like, I do a stationary bike though. And I was like,
You're asking her
it's
for
completely,
stats?
it's completely different. She friends me on Instagram later. She
all this poor girl wants to do is like be your friend, and you're like,
Also,
you're
like,
not
she's
fast enough.
She's the head instructor at like RIP 3000 in NYC,
So, like, she can
teaching
keep up.
cycling.
She can keep up.
And she does multiple triathlons a year, and she does boxing, and she can run like tons of marathons.
And you were like,
and I was like,
can't bike with
and
me.
this is like pre-boob job too. I'm like sitting there with like an 8-track. I'm like, I don't know. You're gonna be able to keep up.
I don't know if you're on
Also,
my
like,
level.
When she said stationary bike, she
The
meant like
way-
soul cycle instructor.
also the way that like she probably would have never followed up to actually bike, and
Never.
now we've had to take her down a peg of like you
Never.
can't bike
Never.
with me.
It was literally mortifying.
That is
I was
so
like, this
funny.
is so embarrassing.
I don't know if you can do it like me.
It was
I can
called
do
like
it.
Shred. Like it was it wasn't even like a light program. Yeah, it was like Rip Your Body Up. That's what it was called.
Rip your body up.
Yeah.
Destroy.
Literally. Yeah.
So we have about 10 minutes.
Holy shit, I have to pee. So
Is there any? I feel like there was a lot that maybe we wanted to talk about in terms of Carrie or Miranda and Steve, or well, we kind of Charlotte's whatever. Charlotte, you know, she's experimenting. She's
the poo
fluid.
poo platter of sexual orientation? Do you remember that?
At the party?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Carrie, this whole episode was just like, I mean, this guy was great and was like really open and transparent with her and really liked her, and she literally ruined. They just had sex, and she was like, okay, if we're walking across the street and you see a guy and a girl, like, who are you picking? And it's like, Carrie, like, he's like, this is insane behavior. He's with you.
I have a question. If someone identified as gay their whole life, and then they were like, I'm actually thinking about starting to date women. This is a man in the situation. Would you go out with him?
What's his name?
His name
What's he look like?
is Mark. And he looks exactly like the guy in the music.
Oh, well, then no. I thought he wasn't cute.
No. Oh, sorry, not Mark. His name is Sean. What's this guy's name? Sean.
Okay.
Yeah. Would you go out with him? Isn't
If
that? I don't know. I was just thinking about that. I was like, and it's not like a is that like a problematic question to ask? Like, someone was like, oh, I want to try dating women. Like, would you go out?
Well,
with
if
them?
they're trying it,
Yeah.
like if they've approached me because they want to try something,
I think, yeah, like no one wants to feel like an experiment, but if someone doesn't care, like a Samantha wouldn't care. Samantha would be like, let's go try it out, honey.
Well, like, yeah,
Yeah.
just like maybe at one point, like the person's like, oh, you know what? I think I actually like women and I like you. So like, why don't we date?
if it was like that and I also like them back in
Yeah.
some capacity, I would try it. But if it was someone who like announced this to me and said they're trying to date women and they want to go out with me, I feel like I'd be like, I feel like in a couple weeks I'm gonna get dumped. Like,
Or
this
like,
feels like
yeah.
a recipe for disaster.
Or like you go on a date with someone and they're like, I've only dated guys up until right now, until you in this moment. What would you do? Was that a crazy
This is like
question?
John Quixote's. What would you do if a gay guy said that he wanted to date you?
I love him, by the way.
I think it's a thoughtful question. Is it not that? Is it a problematic question? I'm just thinking.
No, I think
about,
it's just more like a little
I think
out
there's
of
just
the
like,
norm.
yeah, I think it just
It's
there's
Like,
so many
it's not-
factors
I'm not thinking
that
about those things ever, but
yeah.
if I think about it, I can come up with an answer.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
What's
Maybe
your answer?
I thought it was an I thought it was an interesting
I would
question,
double it
but
and give it to the next person.
Huh? I think I would definitely date them, but I would feel really anxious the whole time. I'd be like, I don't think they like women. So maybe I'd be a little Carrie vibes.
I might internalize.
I'd be like, oh, like, do they like me? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I also feel like in that capacity, the thing that would genuinely be the weirdest for me is if they had never had sex with someone with a vagina. Like, I feel like I've never been with someone who it's their first time doing anything, and I don't know if I am a good coach in that.
Well, see, here's the
capacity.
thing. Like, I have friends who like just recently, like I have a friend who like recently started dating a woman, and she had never dated a woman before. And so she like came to the table and she was like, I've only had boyfriends and guys this whole time, but I really like you. And now they're like, she's like getting taught, she's being taught like how to do that, be a lesbian. So it's just like an interesting, I don't know. I feel like it's the equivalent.
Lesbian 101.
It's lesbian 101. And it's also, I feel like that's the equivalent in my mind of like a 2024, maybe like, oh, like maybe a Carrie moment. Are you guys losing me?
No.
You're losing me.
You're losing
I've quoted,
me.
I'm like, I've quoted so many
back
songs.
on us. I feel like most people say, "Am I losing you?" But
Yeah.
you're like, "You guys are."
You
I'm
say-
right. Are you losing me? Because I'm on the right track.
I get
I'm
what you're
just
saying. I just don't know what to say.
I don't know what to.
Okay.
I've never
I don't
thought
think I
about
have.
it ever.
I think I'm asking the question
Yeah.
because I don't know what to say either.
I don't think I've ever had like a firm. I don't think I'd be like, frick no. Like I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
really
yeah.
have a firm opinion on it. I'm like, well, I don't. Well, we would just have to see. Like,
Yeah. I remember there was one time I actually, I'm not even going to get into that. But
Wait, should we answer one last question and answer Carrie's question?
Yeah.
Do we think like bisexuality and people being gender fluid makes the other gender obsolete?
To me, it's like what is that? What?
It's crazy that
I don't
Carrie's
even like
takeaway
understand what
from
that
dating
means.
a
Like, what does that
bisexual-
even? What does that mean?
It's
For
so
her to-
stupid. I don't even understand.
Yeah, like I don't even
She's
understand.
dating a man that is attracted to both men and women, and to her now she's like, gender is a waste of time due to Sean.
Wait,
like
so she's actually kind of progressive.
she's like
In
progressive.
the end, gender is an illusion.
In the end, she's the most progressive.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That was her quote the whole episode. Next thing you know, he was in my bed.
That's
That's
just
just
me.
And I left the party. That's just me.
Yeah, she kept calling herself an old fart. She was like, I guess I'm just an old fart.
But she was making herself seem older. Like the whole show, she always seems like young, hot, cool.
Yeah.
And this episode, she was like, we're saying groovy again. It's like, okay, Carrie.
Yeah, I kind of do that sometimes.
Yeah, but when she was like walking in and like
she wanted to separate herself so bad from the 26-year-olds.
Yeah.
And it was like,
I feel that though, you guys. I'm
Yeah?
sorry. I know you guys are all 26,
you're
but
gonna
like,
hate me.
I just like it is so crazy that like it's so crazy to date a 26-year-old versus a 32-year-old.
Yes, of course. That makes sense. But she chose that, and then she was like,
totally.
oh God, I'm so different.
Yeah.
She was like mad about his age, mad he was bisexual, and then was like,
I think she hated him. Wait a second.
Like,
I think she
him.
hated him.
Set
I mean,
Sean
I think
free.
she knew he was really hot.
Wait, his
And
name was
he was
Mark.
the best kisser.
Oh wait, no, his name is not Mark. Mark is the other
boyfriend.
Sorry, I threw in the.
We're just like Carrie.
in my fantasy where the
But Mark was kissing Dawn. Okay,
Yeah,
Mark has the kid.
Yeah.
With his partner.
don't start saying shit to me.
it's really confusing.
Stop teaching me
Mike
about
Carey.
the
I'm like, I'm
polycule.
gonna throw up if you
I've
talk about one
actually,
more
it's
person.
really impressive that you remembered the poly dynamic.
Thank
in
you.
that party.
I
know it
actually
wasn't
don't.
poly, but
I
you were
would
like-
love to know
you were
why
like,
my
then
brain.
Don dated Alanis. Then Alanis broke up with Mark.
Yeah, that
and then
part all went
Sean,
over
and
my
I was
head.
Like, whoa,
I don't know
that's-
why I remembered it.
That's amazing.
I don't know if it was because that was the scene you rewinded. So I saw it twice, so I was like, got it down now.
Yeah, it's like when people are like, "That's my grandpa," and I'm like, "Wait, so how are you related?" Like, you know, like when you're trying, and not actually grandpa. I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. Like, it's
I
just
was like, wait, what?
So
Just
Sean
like the
is
Monday to
actually,
Friday thing again.
guys. So actually, Sean is Carrie's grandpa, and so what's interesting about them dating?
They met on Monday.
I'm so
Yeah, if they
sorry.
met on Monday,
I
then
feel
how
like
many days until they date on Friday?
I just want to give some background. I was working a shift at Club Cumming until like 2 a.m. last night, and I took a couple mushrooms, and then I just like, and I think ever since things have just been off. And so I'm just sorry. I just want to apologize in general. Like,
No.
I'm not still on the mushrooms, probably not, but
I was
like,
gonna say something.
yeah,
No, I'm kidding.
but like, I do feel a little wacky right now.
Hey, it's
Sorry.
fine.
You're being like super chill. And
No,
you're
we're
like,
having like a normal
it's like
episode.
the girl that's like,
You can't take me anywhere. I'm crazy.
it's like so crazy.
No, I just mean
normal.
like, no, I'm just like asking a lot of like heady questions that are like,
you're
should
not
we like
asking a
pass
heavy
the
question.
joint?
You're
Joan
asking like
Gomez.
crazy
You
questions.
know, they're kind of crazy questions.
Like
Sometimes
out
if
of
a gay
nowhere.
guy
Which has
told
nothing
you.
to do either with the episode. If a gay guy approached you saying he'd like to try women and he wants you, what do you say?
literally that. What would you say?
I'd probably, I don't know. I'm so
you
lucky
do
to have a
it?
boyfriend
I'd
and
be
just
like,
be like,
whatever.
I don't have to answer. Like, I'm with someone.
I
Sorry.
don't know. I'm just curious. I'm just curious what
would-
everyone's up to.
No, this is gonna be problematic to say.
Yeah.
It-
Well,
it-
I already said all. I think
It
I'll
depends
do.
how.
How
is this
gay
wrong?
he is.
Yeah, it depends how gay he seems.
Like,
Like if it seems like he's trying something and he seems like really, really gay, I'd be like, please,
Yeah.
not me. Leave me.
please not me. Don't do this to me.
leave me,
Leave me out of this. But
Yeah.
if he was like a guy where I was like, okay, like he's got vibes both ways, I'd be like,
He's
and
got
if he's
vibes.
hot and we have fun together, maybe.
You know what's so crazy?
Guys,
if you're hot, I'll do
so glad we're
anything.
talking about this.
Yeah.
Bring out the gay guys.
Bring them out.
Jesse's had them waiting in the hall for the whole.
Bring out my
recording.
boys. They have
so
something.
crazy at the end, and we're like, but if they're hot, like literally, I've like the guy that I was seeing recently, and like he's been saying kind of like really weird stuff to me, but I'm like, but he's 6'4", so you know,
Yeah, you sometimes are like,
I'm like, oh yeah, he's that like kind of really misogynistic thing, but he's
He's hot.
He's hot.
No.
So.
but sometimes with
You get
boyfriends,
holy water for you.
Sometimes with boyfriends, like they're gonna be in the shadows of your life. Okay, actually, you know what? Like,
What does that mean?
Actually,
She took the mushroom.
honestly, we're out of
She
time,
took
and
the
I don't
mushroom at
want to
Club
know
Cumming
where
with
that
me.
was gonna go.
Guys,
I passed her
sometimes
the
the boyfriend's
mushroom.
going to be right behind you and you won't even know.
You're gonna look right behind you. Your boyfriend's gonna be there, and guess what? He's gay.
I don't know what I was trying to say. Like the boyfriend is more to your life like a visual. Like more people are going to see your boyfriend than they're going to meet your boyfriend. So it's like if you like him one-on-one,
More people are gonna see him than meet him.
Yes,
Yeah,
because
like
you're
we're
always
still-
posting him on Instagram
when
Live.
you're like more people are going to see what he looks like than more people are going to actually meet him. So I'm like, maybe if he's hot and you two have fun together, but like he's not a crowd pleaser, maybe that's okay because he's a pleaser for the eyes and you like him.
And that brings us back to the chirp episode that we recorded.
You're gonna say this episode, but nope.
no. It brings us back to our podcast previous episode.
Is that the one we're on right now?
No,
I wasn't a part of it. I don't really want to hear it.
Way thing.
It's like it's not even near this
it's
episode.
Not even near. I'm so sorry.
Out.
Just basically like the idea that
you
I
guys,
would date
so this
my
actually
hot neighbor.
reminds me of
something
I did where you weren't there, and
so
you wouldn't
sorry.
even know about it, girl.
No, I'm so sorry. I have a hot neighbor who like is a little like off sometimes, like
himbo.
Yeah. So, but it's like what you just said. If I'm just taking pictures of him.
Like if you want,
if you're just taking pictures of
it, sounds like in the scenario.
Does he know?
No, not. Actually, I did take a picture of him the other day.
Yeah, well, and he took one of you.
Yeah, I took one of me.
You guys are even.
And he's in the shadow. And so one thing about him is that the hot neighbor is always lurking right behind you. Nora, don't
Boyfriends
look. Nora,
are in the
don't
shadow.
look. Please don't look. He's right behind you.
So that's all the time we have. Thank you so
that.
much, Jessie, for being a
Jessie,
guest
we
on the
love
podcast.
you.
It was a pleasure.
Where can people find you? Where can they be in the shadows of you?
Oh, wow.
Where can they stand
lurk?
in your
Where can
shadow?
they lurk?
Guys, you guys can be in my shadow if you go to Instagram or TikTok at Jessica Lee Jessie. That's my username. That's me.
I had a
Amazing.
cat named Jessica. I can't believe we never talked about that.
Okay.
I can't believe that hasn't come up yet.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Like my first
I'd
cat
start
ever.
crying.
My first cat ever was named Jessica.
Wait, when did your?
That's such
Never
a
mind.
posh name for
When
a
did
cat.
she die?
Yeah, I was gonna, but I'm like, no way.
This was like in the 90s.
Yeah,
so.
there's no way.
This
Wait,
is-
really?
this is
When did
back
she die?
in 1832, I had a cat named Jessica. No,
What year?
Well, there's something I need.
I don't remember exactly the year, but I
But
remember
in the
we-
90s?
Yeah, well, it was like early 2000s. She died.
When were you born?
Holy shit! And here she is. You are
Because
my
you're younger
cat,
than
Jessica.
me. So what were you, 99?
I don't speak about that.
Okay, that's private. Offline,
She's 100% my cat reincarnated.
This is huge.
This is insane.
That's why Margot's been weird.
She's been a crazy bitch this whole fucking
And we were
episode.
like, that's being weird. And, it's
and
like,
it turns
'cause the
out
cat
it's
is
because
here.
you're here.
With the way I'm like being serious.
No, see, I'm like I'm like giving the mushroom vibe from last night. Sorry. Oh,
See?
now she's taking a shit.
All right, well, shout
All
out
right.
to Becky Hermenze. Shout out to
Sean
Sean
Curley.
Curley. Another shout out to Jessie.
We love you, Jessie. You're so fun.
Like,
love you guys.
comment,
Go-
subscribe,
go
follow
follow-
us. And
follow us
Jessie.
and follow Jessie, and her TikToks are really, really funny. Sorry, I just said it like that. Really, really funny.
TikToks are really
No, but
funny.
your TikToks and your content, sometimes I watch it like multiple times, and I'll like
That's
go
me
so
with that IKEA one, you know.
The IKEA one is so
You know.
fucking
You know.
good.
Don't act like you don't know with me.
Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
It's so good. All right.
All right.
Love you.
Love you. Bye.
you.
Love you
Bye.
guys.